Hi all, welcome back to another video from E-Content Development Center, Majlis Arts and Science College, Valancheri. I am Ruby from the Postgraduate Department of English. Here, today let me introduce a poem on killing a tree written by Giv Patel. So, first of all, let us know the poet Giv Patel. He is an Indian poet from Mumbai. He is born on 18th August 1940. Writing poetry is not the only thing he is doing. He is very active as a painter, playwright, and more than all this, he is practicing as a physician. Patel is a great lover of nature. He belongs to a group of writers who subscribed themselves to the green movement. So, we can see the deep concerns for nature and his worries regarding the human's act against it. How do you withstand? Body on killing a tree, mirrored mirroring are some of his poems. We know deforestation is a common thing happening nowadays. People are not hesitating to cut trees for their personal needs. We can see trees falling around us and transforming to some decor items or furniture. People are not aware about the threat they are going to face in a near future. Do you have planted a single seed in your life? Or have you ever watched its stages of growth? Yes, we know it takes a lot of years or a lot of months to complete its growth as a tree. When we dig the soil and plant a sapling, it starts to absorb minerals and water from the soil. And then it starts to sprout and send its stem outside the earth and allow its root to grow deeper in the soil. And then it grows stronger and it occupies a space above earth by expanding its branches, twigs and leaves around. Its barks get denser and its trunk size get increased. That's the life of a tree. And here the poet adopts a sarcastic tone to make us aware of the vulnerability of human acts. Let us check the poem. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide sprouting leaves. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs. Miniature boughs, which if unchecked will expand again to former size. These lines paints a vivid and brutal picture of the steps involved in killing a tree. The poet tells us that it is not an easy task to kill a tree. As it is not a simple one, it consumes more energy and time from human side. The destructive nature of human and indestructibility of nature is portrayed here very clearly. Simply stabbing with a knife can't kill a tree. It grows straight by consuming the minerals and nutrients from earth. Hence, it is strong enough. A knife is not enough to harm it. The bleeding bark may heal and the tree will grow again and again. This bark is dark and seems like the skin of a leprosy patient. But even from this bark, the leaves may sprout and grow. The poet says, cutting a tree won't kill it. If you want to kill it completely, you should pull its root out from the earth. It's a very visual representation of the murder of the tree. If you leave a root unchecked under the soil, of course it will sprout and expand to its former size. So make sure that you have uprooted the root. Let's check the next stanza. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied and pulled out, snapped out or pulled out entirely, out from the earth cave and the strength of the tree exposed. The source, white and wet, the most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. In these lines, the poet is making a negative argument. By giving us the tips to cut a tree or to kill a tree, he is trying to make his reader aware about his cruel acts to the nature, or to make him rethink about his doings. He is telling us that if we want to assure the death of the tree, we have to expose its root. That is the source of a tree. To say poetically, like a mother hugs and cares her baby, the earth is covering the root with so much of care. And if we want to kill it completely, we have to uproot it and expose the root. That means once the root is exposed, the tree becomes vulnerable. The root here is mentioned as white and wet, maybe an indication to its absorption of water and the safe moisturized environment in which it lived. When it got direct contact with sunlight, it will become brown and dry. We can say it is almost dead. All the elements of rebirth will be faded out of it. It will start to wither and bend out of shape. Here, the poet is giving us a very important message through his lines. Trees are also sensitive like us, with the same pain, same grief, same sorrow and joy. So, we humans are not expected to hurt the trees. Instead, a sacred duty is inducted in us. That is, to save trees as a legacy for the future, or to conserve trees for the coming generation. Hope you have understood the need of saving nature for the next generation. So, conserve trees, or at least plant a tree. Thank you very much.